Honi the miracle worker. A long time ago, almost a month had gone by without any rain in the land of Israel. The people were very frightened because without rain, their crops might die and they might starve. Some of the people were followers of a famous scholar and miracle worker named Honi. They sent him a message saying, "Please come to us and pray for rain." As soon as he got their message, he came and prayed, but no rain fell. So he drew a circle on the ground and stood inside it, just like the prophet Habakkuk used to do. Honi shouted to God, "Your children have come to me because they think that you will give me what I ask for. So I swear by your great name that I will not leave this circle until you have mercy on your children." And then it started to sprinkle. But Honi's followers said, "We asked you for your help to save our lives, but only a tiny bit of rain has come. Did you ask God to send just enough to let you leave the circle without breaking your promise?" Honi said, "No, that's not what I prayed for. I prayed for so much rain that it would fill reservoirs, ditches, and caves." And then the rain started to pour. Some said the drops were bigger than barrels or logs. Then his followers said, "We asked you to save our lives from drought, and now look. There's so much rain, we think it could destroy the world." So then Honi shouted to God, "I didn't pray for this much rain. I prayed for just enough that your children would prosper." Then rain started falling normally, but it kept falling and falling. Soon there was so much rain that the Israelites in Jerusalem had to go up to the Temple Mount because of all the flooding. Honi's followers said, "Please, just like you prayed for the rain to fall, please pray now for the rain to stop." Honi replied, "Well, it is against tradition when you're getting too much of a good thing to pray for it to stop. But be that as it may, bring me a bull so I can sacrifice to God as a thanksgiving offering." They brought him a bull and he laid his hands on it. He said, "God, your people Israel that you brought out of Egypt can't take too much that's good or too much that's bad. When you are angry with them, they couldn't take it. When you are happy with them, they couldn't take it. So may it be your will that the rain stops and that there be relief for the world." Immediately the wind began to blow, the clouds disappeared, the sun shone, and the people went out to the fields and gathered mushrooms and truffles, which do tend to grow when there is a lot of rain. After that, the Sanhedrin sent a message to Honi. "You made requests of God like a spoiled child, changing your mind with each one, asking for this, then that, then the complete opposite. If you weren't the well-respected prophet that you are, we would have excommunicated you for profaning against God. But what can we do to someone that God loves so much that God grants such requests?" Sometime after this, Honi was riding his donkey along a road and saw a man planting a carob tree. Honi asked him, "How long does it take for this kind of tree to start making fruit?" The man replied, 70 years. Honi said, "Are you sure you will live another 70 years?" The man replied, "My ancestors planted carob trees for me to harvest, so I plant these for my children to harvest." Honi sat down to eat and he started getting very sleepy. As he slept, a rocky formation closed around him, which hid him from sight. He kept sleeping for 70 years. When he woke up, he saw a man gathering the fruit of that same carob tree and asked him, "Are you the man who planted this tree?" The man said, "No, my grandfather planted this tree." Honi said to himself, "I can't believe it. I must have slept for 70 years. Then he saw his donkey, who had given birth to several generations of mules. He got on his donkey and rode back home, and he asked people living there if Honi's son was still around. They said, "His son isn't with us anymore, but his grandson is still living." Then he told them, "I am Honi," but no one believed him. Then he went to the local yeshiva and overheard some scholars say, "The law is as clear to us as in the days of Honi." They said this because whenever Honi used to come to yeshiva, he would always settle any disagreements between the scholars about Torah. So he said out loud to the scholars there and then, "I am Honi," but they didn't believe him, and they didn't treat him with the respect they should have. This hurt him so much that he prayed to die, And he did. And this has led to the expression, without companionship, we will die.